We've now come into the Niagara Railway Museum structure itself. We're standing in the former office area. It is the intention of the museum to turn this area here into an artifact display room. This will be climatically controlled. This is where the artifacts, photographs, and much of the small parts of the collection will be displayed. These doors here will be the main doors to exit into the shop. And as we see in here, we can see some of the equipment that the Niagara Railway Museum has already moved on site in 2010. There are still some safety issues that we are addressing. We have to address the fact that there's no stands on the side of the work platform, which means we can't have people in here, as it is a hazard to walk off the edge of the work platform. So this is the middle track of the shop. We're looking at Hydroelectric Power Commission E7, which was brought down from Cape Reel in July of this year. Unfortunately, there is a lot of graffiti on the walls from years of people being able to walk right into the shop and do whatever they please. As we look down the south track of the shop, this is where Hydroelectric Power Commission 46 steam locomotive is, and our Ontario Hydro Plymouth. E7 and 46 both work together on the Hydroelectric Power Commission Queenston Chippewa project. And this is the first time they've been together since 1920. E7 is currently undergoing a bit of a cosmetic restoration. We're working on getting some of the flaking paint off and hopefully get some primer on it in 2010, with the final coat being applied in 2011. .46 is also receiving some attention. We're currently working on getting it out of forward gear and getting it into neutral to make it a little bit easier to move. Some painting has been done just to make it look a little more presentable during open houses. There won't be much done to 46 in 2010. In 2011, we intend to remove the cab from the engine and get it completely rebuilt, and then start the full cosmetic restoration on it. This is our former Ontario Hydro Niagara Falls Plymouth MDT 40-ton locomotive. We're hoping to have a test fire done soon, with the engine potentially in operation by the end of the year. This was donated to the Niagara Railway Museum in 2008 from Babcock and Wilcox in Cambridge, Ontario. It's currently being moved back towards the inspection pit where 46 is for some wheel work and greasing and oiling. As we look down the middle track towards E7, we look at the across the Whiting 90-ton drop table. The drop table was used to lower locomotive wheel sets out of the locomotive without actually lifting the locomotive. The locomotive would rest on support arms while the wheel set was dropped out, moved across to another track, and then would lift back up level with the track surface, and the wheel set would be rolled out. We're now in the heavy repair bay. The heavy repair bay is where a lot of the prime mover changes or air compressor, main generator changeouts would take place. It features an overhead crane with a 25-ton main hoist and a 10-ton auxiliary. All of the copper wiring in this building has been removed, but it is the long-term goal of the Niagara Railway Museum to get the crane operating again. It is a very useful piece of equipment when you're restoring railway locomotives. This is the 90-ton drop table. Unfortunately, again, over years of neglect and allowing people just to walk right in, the pit itself has been filled up with debris, and we need a backhoe or excavator to be able to pull the items out of the pit. To take a walk underneath here, we'll be able to see the underside of the work platform. This is where work was performed on the locomotives brake shoe changeouts, anything else that required work to be done below. You could also get right underneath the locomotive to work on traction motors. Couldn't really stand up under there, but you could sit on a small stool. We're standing under E7, of course, looking at the very rare and outlawed arch bar trucks. The wheels of 46. Linkage, the crosshead. Looking down the pit, you can see where the workmen could get under to do the work on the locomotives.